fellas. I'm not able to stream, so I'm going to try to record. I think I might have fixed my GoPro's annoying overheating issue, but I'm just kind of recording clips. I guess learn to video edit and splice it together later, because I don't know anything about video editing, unfortunately, but I'm thinking it can't be that hard, right? At least at the most, like, basic level. Already had a fish chase this bait once, which is a good sign. But I think I might go a little bit deeper diver in the same kind of thing. Yeah, because there's a fish right there on the bottom. Close to the bottom. I need my tools, so I'm not stupid. Oh yeah, there's fish down there. I'm on Lake Cumberland again. Had another failed stream, and I think, unfortunately, I'm just going to continue having failed streams down here, because it's just, I don't know, just kind of a little too out in the boonies, I guess, to have. This rattles, and hopefully that doesn't throw them off, but we'll know soon enough. Swim baits might make an appearance today. There are fish. Get this shit out of here. The fish that chased was a Kentucky bass, spotted bass, which is the target species today. Oh my god, this thing pulls. That's horrid. That thing pulls like crazy. Are you kidding me? Gotta get that down there. It's gonna catch fish for me. Cool, still recording. Camera's not overheating. That thing pulls so much. I might want to actually put this on the big rod. Throw the DT on this. It doesn't pull as bad once it gets down there. But getting it down there, holy shit. They're like cranks. Coming back over here, I got my first chase earlier. That DT6, I think they might have hit it if it had been down where they were. It was about 15 feet, but it came up for it. I mean, the water's super clear. No question the fish can see something from 10 feet away. There's like some mud or gravel on the bottom. out there. Interesting. I've never been here before. I've never been to this place. I fished this lake, obviously, but not come out here, which is White Oak Creek, one of the, I don't even know how many tributaries like Cumberland has. It's a lot. Whatever the number happens to be, it's a lot. Which might be up around here, but it might be off to the right too. I don't know. I don't really have time to fish a ton of stuff today. I think I'm gonna make my plan to just fish for 4 hours or so, and if nothing's happening, then nothing's happening. But if they start biting, I'll go to about 8 o'clock. Given that I already had a chaser, I'm excited. I haven't gotten one on this yet. The follow I got was on a DT6 that's basically the same color. So what I might want to do is add DT20, go the same depth as this, and it won't rattle. 6XD has a super loud rattle, which is not my style, generally speaking. Just making sure it's not overheating yet. Felt like I got a bite. I might be stupid. Yeah, I think I'm stupid. A little excited. To the left for sure. There's just no wind out here. Just crazy. I guess I'm sort of protected from it down here. DT6 where my transducer is, which is like 18 inches under the surface. Good spot for them. I never think of that before. Doesn't work with that one. Okay, nothing going on there. DT20 goes to basically the same depth, but doesn't make as much noise. Wobbles a little bit tighter than the 6XD. Just saw a fish bust on a shad. Wex message from someone. Might be my dad. Still waiting on something to happen out here. Let's see what happens if I just burn this as hard as I can. You never know. Check line. Yeah, I really think that clip is helping me not operate as bad. I'm going to go on up around that point. I don't know if you call it a point, that bend. There's a shad in the mud line. That's, it makes me think I should try throwing something up in there. Got the 10-footer. Try this though first. Ow. Owie. Just gotta figure out what they're doing. Feels like I'm reeling nothing after throwing those things. That timber's not a lot, but you'd almost think that there'd be something kind of like right up in there, right? Oh no, there's fish eating bait fish in that mud line. That tree right there. Guy told me about this place, said there's a lot of standing timber, and I don't see a lot, but lake could have been down when he was up here. Using my bait to turn my boat. There's obviously some shallow water right here on this point. Yeah, this is 10 feet. Make sure I don't drag my transducer. go up here around this bend and it just looks, oh yeah, there's some more timber in the water right there. I'm trying to square bill too, I think. There are fish on that tree. Oh wow, that looks fucking amazing. Not even just like from a fishing perspective, it looks awesome up there. Growing up down here, and there's tons of places like this, but it takes a long time to see all of them. The whole lake has like 1,200 miles of shoreline. If you walk around it, include every little tributary and all that stuff. To fish all of it would take, God, probably a lifetime. It's kind of a goal that I have. I don't know how realistic it is, but I want to fish every stretch of Lake Cumberland at some point. Is this actually in like wide FOV? Yeah, I think it is. Double check. Can't fucking tell what's going on if it's not. Did you see that? There's a little bait up in there. I don't know if they're shad or something else. There's a big old houseboat behind me. Work on. Okay, I'm gonna tie on a 10-footer. Clip on, I guess I should say. And gizzard shad. Naturally. That's mostly what they're in here. Crunching on. Just gotta get that color and that size and that depth dialed in. The fish I'm seeing are in like 10 and 15 feet. Just gotta get it in their face. Or at least in their line of sight. I'm gonna get beat up by these waves a little bit. Do not want to be turned this way. There we go. I could get broadsided by waves. These guys are in this cove, so I guess I'll go on down to those rocks. timber right here. I'm gonna fish those rocks up there. For sure. There's fish out here. On this point. What is that off to my right? Try jerk baits even though it's hot. It's still get good sometimes. Don't forget about those. There's still some fish out there, but they're not a ton of them. Not sure what they are. All kinds of bait. Let out and drag. Soft bottom all of a sudden. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why the bottom is soft here. Must be a lot of mud washed into it or something. Looks pretty good. Signs of life. one's here. Sure did. Oh, I got off. Damn, okay. That's what they want. I didn't see if that was a largemouth or a Kentucky. Thought like a Kentucky. Hit that really hard, which makes me think that I'm on the right track, but hold up. There we go. Didn't even have to work that hard for it. You know, I'm gonna just keep a bunch of these out here on deck because I might need to change a lot. And this guy. This guy. Where's my disco shad? Do I not have it? Oh, it's in the other box, I think. Yeah. That's just stupid. Let's see. Let's try this guy. It's shallow and there's stuff to bounce it off of. There's a school bait fish over there. They might be kind of spread out, the big fish that is, but usually if you can find bait, you'll find fish where the bait is. Usually. There's a lot of bait hanging out there. I just gotta find. I saw two fish just wreck something. One in front of me and then one over on that bank. We might get into some good stuff today. Try square bill, try some more 6s, some more 10s. I've had a chase and a hookup on crankbaits. Both of them were the same color, so I got a feeling that the shad color might be the idea. But where I'm seeing these other bait fish that aren't shad, I'm going to throw something that's a little more generic. There's more fish that's scattered when that went in. A lot of bait. There's shit going on back here for sure. Water's a little more murked up where it's shallow. Boats have come and gone a few times. Okay. Try crawdad color. Might be something I haven't seen in a while. Belly. Might be a little easier for him to spot it in the slightly murkier water. This is like textbook crankbait stuff right here, you know? If I Go back to that green gizzard shad and see another fish even look at it. Then I guess that'll be the color. Water's a little deeper here, it's 17 feet. I wonder if there's just a shallow spot in the middle of the creek back there. Could be what's up. Still fish back there in that spot where I hooked that one. Gotcha. Oh. There's a little guy. Shook him off because he was hooked sideways. Just ran through him. What's that awful sound? Some fish right under me. This is already more activity than the previous time I was on Cumberland. Helicopter. I don't know what I did that made a difference, but it's not getting anywhere nearly as hot as it was before. There's a turtle. Always a good sign. Okay, let's go back to the 6. Same size in the green gizzard shad. He's a little tiny bait fish playing a dangerous game out here by himself. too many things at one time. Nice breeze. This big tree down in the water. I would be very surprised if I don't get a fish off of it, at least a bite. Nothing about whether I actually get it in a kayak, but there ought to be at least one there. Same here, see that way that rock changes right there? I expect it to be one there too. Teeny tiny bayfish and a tree, I think, that I just went over. Let me see, where is this? Like 30 feet off the bank or something. I'm gonna waypoint that. There's some timber in the water right there too. Somebody's got a limb line. I don't know how the fuck they got it out there. They must have thrown a loop over it from a boat and pulled it down. It's not legal to use them, but you're supposed to come get them when you're not actually fishing with them anymore. That tree must not come out very far because I don't see anything on the bottom that looks like the top of a tree. The jigger on this for sure. And hope it's not too big to. Hope it's not so big it doesn't put off the Kentuckys. is super slick. Well, it looks like a good place for a jig, but today I guess is not a day that it's gonna be. Time is it like 4:35? Oh, not even 4:30. Alright, I saw some fish horsing around over here. Try to draw them out. Just hung up in something. bush on a shallow spot right here. Isn't that interesting? Another place to try the jig. That lay down that's up ahead, probably should fish that, but I can't go up forever. I only have, not super short on time, but I also don't have a ton of it. Big gulps. Let's get over here on this bank. This is like, here we go. Not like on the bank, but in range of it. Some fish out here.
be on the sunny side more than on the shaded one too.
Always a possibility. Oh, there's a massive ball of bait under me. If you can see that on the graph, that right there. That's a supreme size school of shad. It's at about 10, 12 feet. Actually, it goes all the way down to the bottom almost. Okay, that in mind. If I can ever get this off this thing. There we go. I hate myself. You want it. See, there's another ball of them right. I don't know if you can see that there. There's these big fish up above it. So much murkier back here. I hope they're not having trouble seeing it. I don't think they would. Like, see? Yeah, I mean, I can still see my rod like 4 feet down. Down there pretty deep. Let's get the big one. And hope that there's some down there big enough to eat it. I want to start a new clip. The battery's almost dead too, so. Alright, let's see here. It really grinds and it's big, you can see, but it also looks good. I mean, it looks like the real thing. Shad can easily get this big. One day, I'm gonna get a fish on this big thing, one of these, and I have a feeling any fish I get on this will probably be pretty big, but you never know. I'm gonna put on that 20-footer again, down there in like 15 and 15 to 18 or so. Figure this out. What the hell was that? It sounded like a deer squawking or something. I don't know. What the fuck? Blowing up my phone. How much does the battery life feel? 20%. Every time I switch depths with my crankbait, the fish are in a different zone. See them deep, I switch deep, they go shallow. They go shallow and they go deep again. It's part of the game, I guess. Just doing whatever it is that they're doing. Get up here and all that bait is gone. Or if it's because the water's too warm. It's 87 right here. Ah, there's some more bait right there. And a tree. That's weird. I don't know what that is. I think it's a bait ball, but it's not really a ball. It's more of a column. What's like wet on my foot right now? No idea. piece them together one way or another. I just want to put one fish in the boat. I like for it to be a Kentucky. We'll see what happens. See anything up here on the graph or with my eyeballs. Like nothing. There's like a hard rocky bottom, but it's not even multiple rock, it's just probably like slate or something. Just switch out batteries or try external power. Fish on this bank on up to there's that tree in the water there, and then there, and there's another one down there. I want to fish at least up to where that is. If I see something that looks good around the bend, then I'll fish up there too, but then I'm gonna turn around and work the other side on the way back. There's a, what is that? There's a little spot where it drops off into a little basin, and there's a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but looks like a school of bass. though I can't stream today. My dad asked me about where he could check me out, and I gave him my Twitch address. Feels almost like a critical point as a streamer. See that difference there? There's not as much rock out in the water. There might be some fish. He asked me last time I was down here how many followers I had, and I told him it was like 150 something at the time. He and my mom were just like, there's no way. I was like, yeah. And they asked like how many of them were people I knew, and I said, I don't know, maybe like a fifth of them or something. Probably not even that much. Just like Workland people and a couple of friends. From other times in my life. Good spot for that. With that, oh, it flew away. It's a bird that hit that cicada in midair, and I thought it killed it. It was falling, but it started flying again. Because I heard that sound, I looked up and there was a bird, and I was like, that's weird. But then I saw a cicada fall out from under it. You're free another day, my dude. Hear him on the right, on the other bank. There's some up in the woods. We're not a Brood-X area, but we still get a lot at the same time as Brood-X, and then in like 2024 we get our, I think it's Brood 14. Little bait fish chasing my line. I don't know if they see the line that well. They probably just see the disturbance it makes at the water and think it looks like a bug. See, something has kicked up this mud in here. Unless that's just the way the sun's shining through the trees. Hung on something. Okay, no. What is that? Some more of the tree. Looks like there's a second tree in there horizontally, but I don't think. I'm imagining that. Oh, there's something in the water right there. I don't think that's part of the same tree. This is crazy. Like, me never being at this spot before. Like, I'm so used to Cumberland just being covered in boats. In this little area, it just isn't. The ramp that's over there is kind of hard to get to. The parking's shitty. There's a private marina that I'm not sure exactly what the deal with it is. There's just, I don't know, handful boats, and my dad said he thinks there's some people in the area who just kind of like got together and decided to build one. The ramp is kind of rough. It's gravel. It's not paved. If I get on the other side of this, I can get it to come out. Something about these green pumpkin casting jigs. I haven't been able to keep them tied on. Okay, let's try. First of all, I think I need to switch batteries. Alright. Back, I'm going to try Disco Shad for crankbaits. Oh. I'm so glad that I seem to have successfully resolved my GoPro issues, so when I have good service, I can probably go back to using it to stream. This as long as I don't also keep having issues with the connectivity that I was having before the overheating thing became a problem. I was already fussing with that back in like April, and then seemed to have gotten that fixed, and then when it stopped being cool outside, the camera started overheating. So it's text messages from someone. Try something with a little bit of a brighter color that maybe they'll be able to find. This water's a little more stained than it is out where I put in. It looks like it might be clearer on the other side. I won't know that until I'm over there. I can't believe that one got off. It was hooked on the very back hook on one of them. See that? Something just got wrecked. Could have been probably not a striper. The water this warm, I doubt they'd come up the creek. They're gonna be out in the main lake, swimming in 80 feet probably. Heron over there causing a commotion. That's really weird. I like totally lost contact with my bait there for a second. think I'm gonna fish on up a little farther. See something that looks kind of nice. Hung up on something right in front of me. I don't know what it was. It hasn't shown up on the graph yet. I don't think I actually had it on the bottom. It's 12.5 feet. Could get it on the bottom if I was kneeling and reeling, but I didn't have the rod in the water. I don't know. Why does this thing never feel like it's on tight enough? I always like tighten up this GoPro chesty, and then it just feels like it's about to jump off. Oh yeah, there's something down there. It's like it's a tree. It's a tree. So it looks like it's got some bait on top of it. A sweet little spot if I can unlock it, figure out what they want. This looks good, and out there where that tree is, I want to fish up to that, I think, for sure. And go to the other side and head back. Fish the other bank going the other way. Boat must have really ripped through back there. Or a big one. Waves coming all the way up in here. Huh. And stuff. That's what I want it to do. It dug into something, backed off. So you want to try to fish a crankbait. If the fish are really biting, I would have gotten a fish on that cast. I think. Move, see if I can't find some fish. It's the back of my kayak making so much noise. Yeah, this looks a little bit too good not to fish. Let's try the wrap on DT6 again, I guess. This color is the only thing that they've been biting so far, so try some other coral types of colors too. If I don't know, just try something different. I'm surprised that the water is this shallow though. I don't know if it's deep on the other side or what. That log right there. There's no way there aren't fish hanging out on that. Lake is down a little bit. That makes sense. It hasn't rained a whole lot in a little while. I can't see any fish on that with my eyeballs, but oh, there was one. Came out and just tapped it. Oh, you little asshole. Literally came out and just... I've never seen a fish hit a crankbait like that. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I saw it, like, it just came out from under it and took a little nip at it and went back. That one's probably not in an eating mood if I had to guess. Just wants to be left alone. I'll throw something else in there on him in a little bit. He might have seen me too. It's not impossible. There's something chasing shad over there. Or some other kind of big fish. See that? What are you? Or the shad just debating me? Water's only 6 feet deep. I had no idea that they're placed on the creek that you can wade in White Oak must not be that much farther up through here, because this far up Fishing Creek, where I was last time, it's only like a mile up from the main lake, and that's about how it is here. And I mean, there you're in 50 feet of water, 10 feet off the bank. If you go out in the channel, it's 120. Deepest water I've seen out here has been less than 50 feet. I don't know if this is just a shallow part of the lake, or, like I said, farther up than... It might be way upstream. Those sticks right there, I think would have a fish. There's a turtle. Turtles are usually a good sign, because turtles also go where bait is. this crankbait through this stuff at a couple different angles. It's a gar. It's a big gar. Saw a little one come to the surface and a big one was under it. The water must not be super deoxygenated because they would all be up at the surface if it was. I've seen a couple of places that looked like there might have been a little oxygen. On the graph, you can see it because on the down scan it shows up as like a haze, but there's nothing on the sonar. That was a gar. Did it get off? It got off. That had to be a gar. I think that was one of those gar. I think I snagged it. I hope that's what it was. If it wasn't, I lost a giant smallmouth or something probably. I think I dragged it over a gar. And unlike that time that I snag hooked that carp, gar, you won't. Let's try this. Hung up on this, whatever. I thought maybe I'd be able to pop it out like I did that one spot, but wound up making it worse. There we go. Bing-bonging it on the bottom, but I don't know, I'm surprised, really surprised that this is this shallow. So many places in the creek. And the creeks up the lake, it just drops off, but I mean, this gradually comes out from, I mean, it's still here, it's in 5 feet. Wow, there's a lot of good looking stuff back here. If I had more time, I'd go on up. I'm kind of running out of it. I'm not far from where I need to get out, but I want to try to do it while there's still a little bit of daylight. Because I don't think that there are any lights down there to help you see when it's dark. Oh, that's interesting though, that mud. Come on. I don't think that's a bass. Nope, it's not. It's a gar. Hooked her right on the nose. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. The hook's not even in him. He's just got his awful little teeth tangled up in it. I hope he'll just shake it. He's trying. Hi. If I can tire him out, I'll grab him and get it off, but I'll get a picture of him while I've got him right here, because that might be the only chance. Got a jumper. I mean, that was a bite. I felt him hit it, and then I felt him run. I didn't just snag him. I know, you're very angry. I wouldn't mind getting you up in here. I really want to watch those teeth. There we go. Oh, that works for me. A bigger boat, I would just hold him in and stepped on him and got my line back, but you don't want to fuck around with a gar exactly because of that right there. Look, they look like they're done, and they just freak out. Those replacement hooks, though. Now, let's see, I need to get off some line here because if he'd gotten the line in his mouth, I never would have gotten him to the boat. Would have been gone in no time. Slimy. People always say that they think gar are nasty, but they literally don't even smell. Like, they don't even smell like most other fish. I've got a bunch of slime on my hand right there from where I grabbed it, and there's, I don't know. I think it's just more the fucking bass anglers who think that bass are like royalty and everything else is just like peasant scum, even though gar are kind of a pinnacle of evolution, given they haven't changed at all really in 100 million years, give or take. Oh, look how many of them. Look how many of them there are. They're right there. That's every single one of those long things is a gar. I guarantee it. Most of them are, I would guess. I'm gonna text that to my dad. I've never caught a gar on a crankbait before. That's a first for sure. Oh, it dropped connection. Sent it to my girlfriend too. ball of bait. Not a ball, but a mass of bait. Alright, I'm going to put up some of these things. I think the craw colored one can go back in, because I hooked a fish on it, but it wasn't a bite. I'm pretty sure I just hit it. It could have bitten and then changed its mind, but I think it didn't actually bite. This one right there, and I think that this guy, even though it's a good bait, I think it might be just a little bit too aggressive for. These fish are Cumberland really is one of the just super pressured lakes in the country. It's on BASS Major League Fishing, and yo, what the fuck? Please just go in. BASS, FLW, and Major League Fishing. It's on all of those circuits. So, I mean, it gets hammered by tournaments every year. And, I mean, even, I'm out here in the middle of the creek and it's only 24 feet deep. Fish at the surface though. Probably gar. Still see them all over the place. It's exciting. You know, even though I haven't yet gotten a Kentucky. Gar on a crankbait is first, and firsts are always exciting in fishing. Because it was a bite, like you actually bit it. Yeah, you haul a gar up in the boat, there's some trees right there. I didn't see those. That's what I was hitting. That water over there looks a little bit cleaner, doesn't it? There's definitely a runoff spot right there, so there might be a little bit of water kind of trickling in. How does my right foot keep getting wet? That was one of the most fucked up casts I've ever made. bass chased it up to the boat. Your parents or older siblings up here anywhere? That one was small enough that a gar could eat it. It didn't sound like a gar. It sounded like something jumped out of the water. Never seen a gar do unless it was hooked. There's something. It's either a little bass or it might have been a bluegill. That tree goes out there. This water on this side, it's 7 feet right here. It's about the way it is on the other side. It's a nice breeze. I think later, once it's really dusk, I think I'll be able to get some fish out where I started, because I saw a couple schools of Kentuckies, which I'm pretty sure is what they were, because when I pulled my bait through it and then pulled it up, a Kentucky came up after it. Smacked it right on the log. I haven't broken a DT yet, but it's only a matter of time. I understand that balsa baits tend to break when they hit stuff, or even like slapping them on the water to get weeds and stuff off, as opposed to just plastic. It's awful. This is 10 feet. Didn't have enough line out of the water. I yanked up and it dove. Yeah, there's a bluegill right there. Little guy. There are some pretty big bluegill in this lake, but I don't know if they're big in every part of it, or just in the parts that I'm familiar with. think that would have sprung off of there if it wasn't something that wasn't attached to anything. I think I need to oil my paddle drive. Yeah, gar can keep putting up a fight long after having been pulled out of the water because they can gulp air and force it over their gills and still breathe out of water. Same reason catfish can keep fighting and stay alive for a long time out of water as long as they don't get as long as they don't dry out. So I don't know, might have to go down to where the gar disappear and then maybe I'll find other fish. Water's a lot clearer where this little stretch runs out. Hung in a leaf. Yeah. Water's starting to clear up. I do think it's a little clearer on this side. It's a good spot. And keep the bait out of it. All the weeds or whatever that shit is. Bouncing on stuff. That's what I want it to do. There are fish around though. I decide to speed up and it's right when it hits something big. right there. It's hitting stuff real fast after I start reeling. There's like a hump or something right here. I have a good feeling about that pile of rock over there. Just throwing anywhere I see something that looks different. Doing on camera. 49%. Still not overheating. It's basically only been recording like 3 long clips since I put it in the new battery, so it's I guess my overheating issue is mostly fixed. Heron, it's a good sign. There might be some fish right here. See, out here, I don't mind if it's windy out here because there aren't that many places that I can get blown up under like trees and stuff like that. Or into grass that I have to make sure I don't suck up into my prop and all that kind of stuff. For signs of anything. It just looks too good, doesn't it? Water's still 11 feet. I'm trying to turn my kayak, but it's not doing it for some reason. I can't tell if it's a boat coming down stream or if there's somebody up on the hill mowing their yard. Place where it's kind of narrow like this, I kind of keep an eye on what's going on in case a big boat does come through here and I need to clear the fuck out. little bit deeper water, but still not seeing any fish, so I'll keep throwing at the bank until it seems I should. It seems like I should do otherwise. Thinking I should try. There's a tree or something down there. Oh no. I got that shad square bill. And that same thing, and it didn't come out this time. There it is. I might go back over where I got that one bite earlier. Cross back over because it's directly across from where I am right now, so might as well. cross through there, because you never know. You never know. There's definitely bait and stuff out here, and there's some fish. Something in the water over there. I don't know what that is. Something hit it. Weird. Still good on abrasion. Loosen that up just a notch, I think. Maybe better to hook in a little closer to the bait. No, it's definitely not. It's definitely a bad idea. Let's get the other end back. Actually, wait, is this where that was? No, it was farther down. Still fish this again though, because it looks so good. image looked weird. Facing way over the wrong way. Hopefully it's not been like that long and I haven't missed anything important. Alright, running on external power now. Let's see how long it'll do me. I need to figure out some kind of better setup for this, but it'll work. Seeing over here on this bank where I missed that fish earlier, there's a lot of fish blooping at the surface. I don't think they're gar. Out here the water's cleaner and just a little bit cooler. So there's 6 back over there. I actually didn't fish this earlier because these people were over here and I didn't want to disturb them. Loop down in there. Let's get that out of there. That doesn't feel warm at all running on external power. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it before, but usually people swimming around and stuff doesn't spook fish off of a spot. I don't know what that was over there, but I'm not trying to get it to bite. I didn't see it. It was right on the bank, though. That wall's a good place for Kentuckies. It's a good place for smallmouth, too. Either will suit me. Oops, just fine. Not bait from tangling up. fish I caught today is a gar. Having a good time just being out here. So the way this rock is curved, it's like bent over time without actually breaking. Huh. At least it broke in some spots, but looks good, huh? Does look good. Yep. Oh, that looks like a largemouth, and I think he threw a hook. Come on, don't get off. This is why I need a net. Oh, got him. He's hooked down in the meat pretty good. Well, I don't know. That's maybe like a 15. If it were Kentucky, now that would be cool. Well, my camera shut off at some point, but I don't know when. Hopefully I didn't lose the footage of the bass that I caught. Got about a 16-inch largemouth. I took a picture of it, so. What was that? I don't know why it shut off. I don't know if it overheated, because I didn't feel like it was hot. It's on external power, which from what I've heard is supposed to be cooler than with a battery, but I guess the question is, how far up in this do I want to actually go? I'm seeing fish on the graph. turtle, but it looks weird. I'm gonna guess that they're not up here. Getting fish out in the main part of the channel. An awful sound. So come back here and don't get any bites. I'd expect that this is, one of those things where it's like, if not there, then here, and they're there and not here, so maybe kind of speaks for itself. It's really making me see how featureless the bottom of the lake that I normally fish is, because like there's so many things on here where I'm like, oh, that's obviously a tree, or that's obviously a brush pile, or that's obviously some like weeds. Where I normally fish, I just look at it and I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit is. It's just a mess of like mud and grass. Everything looks the same. To miss that tree. felt like something, but it might have just been wood that wasn't really attached to the bottom. Didn't fish this part earlier either. Seen a few fish here and there below me. One's hauling ass. I'll stop recording for a bit and yeah, still grinding. Nothing else so far. I'm thinking maybe when I get back out here in this light, there were some fish that were off the bank, hanging out in deep water. If I can catch them at the right time, might be able to get them when they're hungry. Put one more bass in the boat. Oh, tired. I didn't even get up that early. Got up at like 11. Probably because I haven't eaten anything. I just got that untangled and then immediately put it back on. I was surprised I didn't get any, at least get any followers on this. A little bit of a point and some, it's got some timber, it's got some rock, it's got some gravel. A little bit of everything. Thought I had one there, but it was just a tree limb or something. There are fish here, but they're deeper. Some of them are. There's like a rock on the bottom there or something. Not exactly sure what it is. I'm gonna get a 100mm handle for my other cranking reel because it feels, I'm pulling this big one, just combination rod and a big handle. Seems a little bit better. More enjoyable to fish with. One of these waters that are probably warm. Not like warm, but I have a feeling I need to start thinking about getting out of here. It's 7 o'clock. I think that this point ought to have some fish on it. I'm just gonna get down to them probably. when that the back of it like falls forward. There's a ball of bait right under me. Like I said, there should be some fish around. If I'm lucky, I'll catch him eating. Well, I think that'll about do it. I'll fish around a little bit more and take pics, maybe start recording if I do get some more, but I'll start thinking about getting out of here. So I'll do that. See you next time. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to edit this stuff. Not much happened. So short video, but given the fact that I would like to quit my regular job and fish all the time for money, I need to start expanding beyond, I think, just streaming. And although I want that to still be my main thing, use YouTube as a vehicle. So see you all next time.